I did it, guys. I can't believe I did it. I said I wasn't going to do it. I said I wasn't going to go down the road of the dark side. But I did. I'm going to tell you all about it right after this. All right. So, what did I do? What am I going down the dark side with? Well, as you guys know, I collect a lot of different consoles, and I've continued to collect a lot of different consoles, even if I have a few games. If I have 5 games for certain consoles, it doesn't matter. A lot of times I get the multi-carts, and I buy games as I can, and just add them to the collection, put them on the shelf. Well, this system came up, and I had no choice. I had to pick it up, but I did it in a way where I got it for $12. Just making sure to cover up any credit card information. You can see right here, $11.61 for this system, the neogeocd. Now this is the Japanese version. Now I am no expert on this. I am learning a lot. My good buddy Elliot over at NeoNess, I'm going to link his channel, big Neo Geo collector. He did some videos with Mr. Rightway for a bit on Neo Geo collecting, and he's just really dove into the AES. I think he's got the CDX, but the CD here, the Neo Geo CD, and I know everybody's complaint with it. I've read it online, I've seen it online, is that it has slow load times. And to me, it's no different than a Dreamcast or even the emulated Neo Geo X, which I got, and we'll talk about that in a later video. But one of the questions that has come up is, well, how did you only pay $12? What did you had to have ripped somebody off? No, and here's the thing: I didn't rip anybody off. This was retailed at $450 at my local exchange. Now, one of the things that I know is frowned upon in this community is getting rid of games and getting rid of some of your collection. But
you mad, bro? You mad, bro?
I buy sometimes doubles and duplicates of games. One of the games that I had bought, I went to a pawn shop and I had purchased a bunch of these, the Fallout games, for the PS4. Now, why is that important? Like, brand new at the exchange at the time, it was $60 for this game for the PS4, sealed, okay? Now, on price charting and even some places on eBay, they're selling these for $83 if they're sealed. This is important because I had purchased like 5 or 6 of these, and I even kept one. And just to kind of have around because, they were sealed. So I was like, well, if they're at the pawn shop, they're $1 a piece. Yeah, I'm going to pick them up. So I ended up picking these up at the pawn shop for $1 a piece. And they turned out, probably because of the TV show, for selling now, sealed at $83. And I think loose or out, unsealed, I think they're worth like $20 or something like that. But even still, I'm like, in my head, I'm going, okay, because of the TV show, as soon as that dies down, it's probably the price is gonna come down. And so I was like, well, I don't want to be holding on to all these copies of Fallout. So I ended up trading that in. I wanted to trade them in before the price started coming down. We've seen a couple other games on the Xbox do that. 2 other games that I traded in were some Call of Duty games. Modern Warfare 3, which I can go get anywhere. I can go to a pawn shop right now and get that. That had a value, I want to say about $40. And I had another Xbox 360 game. It was the 3 Call of Duties. It was a complete 3-disc set. You'll have to excuse me. I don't remember what it was off the top of my head, but I think that was around $40 to $50. So all that, I traded all that in. And I was able to and then I had some credit on my account. I think I had $17 of credit on my account from buying stuff there. All that, I paid $12 out of my pocket, $11 and some change to pick this up. So it does pay to go out there. I don't feel like that's reselling or something. I think it's investing into what you're doing. Now, is because they're so rare, is collect the discs, but not have anybody play the originals. So I'm going to show you some of the game that I got, and I have a few others that are coming. They're just not here yet in time for this video. And then we'll kind of show a little bit of gameplay and show you the boot up and the load time and see what you think with it as well. But let's take a look. Now, the first game that I had gotten here that's an original is a Japanese version. This is Real Bout or Fatal Fury. This is a, Real Bout Special is what it's called. Fatal Fury Special, it would be called in the United States. This game is complete. It's got the manual, it's got the OB tag, and I'll kind of get to that in a second. But you can see the disc. This is the Japanese version, and from what I've learned from Elliot and some of the other people that I've watched on YouTube is these are not complete unless they have this OB tag. And what is this OB tag? So what it essentially did when you bought it is this was over top of the disc on the outside like so. And that essentially made the game complete. And what guys started doing was, to keep them nice, they'll put them inside, which is how I had it. I've just, you can see it's in immaculate condition. So I've just been sliding them in here like this, just to keep them on. But your game is not complete. And again, going back to what I said before about not paying for something that's not in top-notch condition, this falls into that category. I'm not paying full price for this game if it's not complete. The other thing that they had told me about is that there's no difference in games except for the cover art, maybe the disc art, and obviously the OB tag change. Everything else, it's the same exact game because the neogeocd and the Neo Geo is region free. So that means if it's an American Neo Geo, but it's a Japanese game, it's going to show Japanese titles, all the wording is going to be it, and vice versa. That's where the Unibios comes in, and you can change all that stuff, which was cool with getting the burned copy of the discs. All right, so what we'll do is we'll boot this up together, but it came with two of these controllers. These are the Neo Geo control pads. They also had the joysticks, which I'm going to be looking to get. These are interchangeable with the AES system or the Neo Geo CD, or it's got your colored buttons A, B, C, D, and then you've got your clicky stick. Now, what I've read is sometimes as these get older, they need to be worked on. A lot of times they don't perform as good, so I'm going to have to look into seeing about getting them repaired. It feels okay, but, I'd have that looked at anyways. The other one is I got a second controller. My question to everybody out there, they came with these zip ties that are on, or they're Velcro. If you had one of these, is that by default? Did that come like that stock? If so, that's a nice feature, and I know you can buy these. I was just curious if anybody knew about that, if they came. The back of the ports, see on the back here you have your really weird power cable attachment. You have AV out, and then you have S-Video, and not many consoles had S-Video out, and then you have your composite, your yellow, red, white, controller ports in the front. You can get a mod where you can put an SD card in it, and you can then have your Neo Geo play off an SD card. Now, I'm going to power it on. Now, one of the things that people have said with this is the load time. So, you be the judge. One of the things that I've noticed with this, and I've seen it come up on other videos as well, it comes right up to like a Neo Geo player. So you can see this is in Japanese, it's reading the disc, and it's going to see that this is the English version, so I can hit start. And now it'll go to a load screen. I think that's kind of weird to have that player there in the beginning. Since we are playing Metal Slug, one of my favorites, I have Metal Slug 1 and 2. I have the other games right here in the in my little book there. This is so great because I can give all the people the experience that come into my game room without having them ruining or potentially damaging my originals. And that to me is priceless. They get to experience the game how it was meant to be played on 4.3. Now I know it's not on CRT, and some of you purists out there for Neo Geo are probably gonna be like, he's ruining the game, he doesn't have it on a CRT. My CRT ports are pretty well filled, so this will have to do. And you know, it looks beautiful. You can even see it, and I know you're seeing it through a screen, but I will say I was pretty impressed with how this actually played. So I can set it to 5 because I'm not that good. You can change the easy, normal, difficulty, whatever. You know, I usually play it on normal, and then I just add extra guys, and then I play the arcade mission. There's a little bit of loading to get into the game. There's a loading between missions. I don't know. To me, this doesn't bother me. It's like the Panasonic 3DO or the Sega Dreamcast. Now maybe the Dreamcast isn't as long, but you guys tell me. Look at the quality of the video, and this is with the Hyperkin. And one of the other things with the Japanese version is you get blood. In the United States, it was like sweat. And the emulation, I'll have to show you in a future video with the Neo Geo X. I can understand why people don't like that system. Like, I think it's great that I can add, have a portable and have it do all this stuff, but people don't like it because of the emulation. I can see why. This plays so smooth. Now, one thing with Metal Slug 2 is that it's really slow in certain spots because it gets graphically intense. But I remember some of the ROMs having that problem too, not just because of the CD. But this is one of my favorite games. This is one of the reasons I'm even thinking about getting into the Neo Geo AES collection and trying to find one with a Unibios and get it for my collection, you know, to play, mainly for Metal Slug. And I know those games are rare, and I know they're super expensive, but I'd be happy even with repros, purchasing repros of that people have. And I know there's probably Neo Geo purists out there that are probably like, that's the wrong way to do it. But to be fair, I never thought I'd even own this. So to be able to own this and have this to play these games in arcade fashion is just awesome. Because that's what it's about, is just playing the games and having fun. Did I make a mistake? Well, I guess it really doesn't matter because this is something that I wanted. What do you guys think? Do you think I'm crazy for now trying to get some games for the neogeocd and add that to my collection and maybe even getting the AES system?
Oh my God!
I think I'm crazy. Yeah, so I mean, but what do you think? Did you have the neogeocd? Do you have the AES? What are your thoughts? Do you like the system? I can't wait to play this on Saturday night for game night with some of my friends and let them experience this. I've just been tickled. I found a new love for Neo Geo, and I'm really excited about this journey, being able to pick this up, the Neo Geo X, and we'll share that in a future video. What do you think? If you like this content, hit the like, hit the subscribe, share this out to your friends, and if you have any links to homebrews and things like that that they still make for the Neo Geo CD, put them in the comments below. I'd love to check them out. I already know of a site that has 2 of them that I'm going to go pick up, but if you do, let me know. And until next time, guys, keep it buzzing.